A solid, good drive in the fairway. Second shot straight ahead, and we go to Iona Stephen.
Yeah, she's left herself 133 yards to go. Wind into the face, so you'll definitely need to account for that.
That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Well, those are the shots that turn what you'd like to be a leisurely stroll out on the golf course into a day of hard work.
Yeah, what could have been a tap-in is now going to be a grind.
Yeah, good putt. That's in for par here at 15. And she'll remain at 11 under par. On now to the 16th at 166 yards. It's the smallest green on the course, but the difficulties don't end there. It's also surrounded by 3 deep and large bunkers. Plus, that tree left of the tee box can get you if you're not careful. Here we go. You know, in this game, you don't just hit the shot. You have to see the shot. And that's a really good example right there. Excellent. 9 feet remaining here for birdie. That a pure roll there. That is down for a birdie here at 16. And that could prove to be a big one as she ups her lead to 2 shots. We make our final turn back up toward the clubhouse as we come to the 590-yard par 5 17th. Getting on here in 2 is no sure thing, especially given all the bunkers that pop up along the way. Showing no signs of a let-up here. This tournament seemingly under control as that's in the fairway here at 17. Really hit that second shot on the button to this par 5, but Frank couldn't get it to stop.
Yeah, too good, too long, sadly.
Now this for another birdie. Yes, some good playing here toward the end of the round. Birdies at 16 and 17. And the lead is 3 now, with just 1 hole remaining. Here's a tough one to finish out our day at Riviera, the famous 475-yard par 4 18. This one cut right up against the side of the hill on the left. You'll need to keep something in the fairway here to have a good approach into that renowned 18th green. It all looks so simple when you're going good, doesn't it? And that is yet another solid drive. Frank, on an uphill shot like this one, did you do anything differently in terms of your setup over the ball?
Yeah, I made sure the ball wasn't too far forward, because on an uphill shot there's always a struggle to get all your weight going forward.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Oh, how about the touch right there? Very well done.
Hard to do much better than that. It was nearly perfect.
So she will tap that in for her par at 18. And this will be a final round 64. Wow. Frank, unquestionably a satisfying victory for our featured player. You won 15 times on tours around the world, including the PGA Tour. What's the significance of the second victory?
It's a great question, Rich, and I think that to answer you simply, it's huge, but to sort of detail it more, the first one, there's always question marks. People tag around, is it a fluke? Were they...
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, from the wetlands, it's live opening round coverage of the Florida Classic. What might we have in store for us over the course of these next 4 days? We've got big names, we've got dark horses, we've got it all as we look at the leaderboard on this Thursday. On top, it's Patrick Cantlay. He's rolling early at 8 under par. So let's get out and pick up the action as we head to the tee at the par 5 15. This started toward the left side. Excellent second shot here at the par 5. Frank, certainly a birdie is well within range.
Well, from that distance, that second shot, that's
You
inside the
ignore me to
PGA
my
Tour
face,
standard,
sir.
really. Two
No.
super shots, and you're right. Outside chance for 3.
Had a pretty good run at it. That would have been a nice eagle, but couldn't quite find the line. And that one finished off. It's a birdie here at 15. Making our move to the home stretch, the 16th. It's a par 4 and a good one at 455 yards.
And a chance to actually get a good run for the clubhouse because the holes are fairly short coming in. So good drive here. Find the putting surface. Maybe start the roll right here.
Yeah, nothing to fault there. Good balance, good follow through, and a good start to this hole. Second shot, good look at the green.
That's a really solid shot. Smack bang into the middle of the green. She should be happy.
We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
And I'd say this one has a little bit of right to left in it, though I think all in all, not a lot, up or down.
Hold it there. Yeah, well done. That putt had potential for danger, but that's pretty good. Okay, that'll be a par here at 16. And she's going to stay at +2. +17th at the Wetlands, par 3, 238 yards. Frank, how would you describe this hole?
Well, it's a hole really that shapes up well for a nice little high draw. See the angle of the green pointing slightly to the right. Nice little draw into this par 3. And that'll find a nice avenue. Maybe a kick forward, 15, 20 feet left for birdie. And if you birdied 16, chance to birdie 17 as well.
Okay, safely aboard. Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. Finishing our day at the Wetlands in Florida with the shortest par 4 of the course, the 377-yard 18th. Water down the left shouldn't be a factor. Driver and a short iron, and a birdie is very much in the cards. This one working up the right side. Well, they claim it's a reachable par 4. We haven't seen a whole lot of people do it today. We just saw it right there. Well done. Yeah, that's really well done. From that distance, you'll take it every time. Should make this about 80% of the time. It's for birdie. Yeah, that's how to end it. Back-to-back birdies at 17 and 18. For the golfer we had our eye on, no other way to say it, Frank, just not a real good day out there.
It could be a short week, Rich. We can complain about the conditions and that, but look.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, from the wetlands, we bring you live second-round coverage of the Florida Classic. Things starting to slowly take shape here on this Friday. For some, it is a race for the top prize. For others, it's a fight to stick around for the weekend as we show you the leaderboard. Patrick Cantlay is your leader. He's currently at 8 under. We'll get out to the action here as we pick things up on the par 4 sixth hole. Maybe some frustrations taken out there after that last hole. That was a big swing, and it is going to be a big result.
Well, the ball is on the green. That's about all I can say with that. With a short wedge in hand, you'd expect that certainly be much closer than that.
Oh, I can't tell you how good that is to get it to stop where it did from that far away. That is a super putt. Nicely read there. It is a par here at the 6th, and she'll remain at 2 under. Here's another scoring opportunity, Frank. A par 5. The 7th is just a shade under 600 yards.
And it bends gently to the left, Rich. Longer hitters can obviously get home, and nothing really to be worrying about with that second shot if you can reach. The wetlands are well to the right of this hole for the second shot. But if you want to play to the 3-shotter, then that's a very safe, conservative way and really shouldn't cause you any problems whatsoever.
That is so well done, just generating so much torque through the swing, high launch angle. It was just about perfect. It is one of the more satisfying shots in golf, isn't it? Downwind to a par 5 the second, you knock it on. Chance for eagle.
Certainly shortens up the par 5, that wind at your back, Rich, but you can just surf the wind. Just let that ball carry and just sail towards the green.
That would have been a good one to convert on. Instead, that'll be left for birdie. That one brushed in. It is a birdie here at 7. And she'll move to -3 for the tournament. 8th hole here at the Wetlands, par 3, 203 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, actually, but you have to have a little look at your yardage book, because that front bunker will make this hole look a little shorter to the eye than actually what it plays. Green gets a little narrow as it gets deeper, but flat. And, well, I wouldn't say easy. 3 here, not too bad.
Okay, not taking any chances there. A good, safe play in the middle portion of the green. Next week, the Florida swing continues. Frankie, it's a home game for you. That's always nice as we head to Orlando and Bay Hill for the Arnold Palmer Invitational presented by MasterCard. Always a good week.
No, it certainly is. Get some home-cooked meals, that's for sure, and get to watch people play. I don't know, I just love the finish at Bay Hill. 16, 17, and 18. So many tournaments where things have gone awry over that very stretch.
Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And she's going to stay at -3. Finishing out the front side with yet another lengthy par 5, the 9th measuring 621 yards, but still reachable for the bombers out there with 3 bunkers protecting against your approach shot. That is poetry in motion right there. What a golf swing, and a big drive as well. Got every bit of that, flew it all the way there and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. So after 2 good shots to get here, this a long look for a possible eagle. That's a good eagle putt there. Beautifully weighted. And just a short one left for birdie. Yep, you'll take those all day, every day. Just a short putt there, and it is in for her birdie. So for our featured golfer, Frank, it is on to the weekend. Who knows? If you get out early on Saturday, try and post a number, see what happens.
Exactly. There's such a fine line, Rick.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. This afternoon from the wetlands, we bring you live third-round coverage of the Florida Classic. Well, if yesterday was any indication, we should be in for a memorable weekend of golf here as we take in the leaderboard on this Saturday. The leader right now is Adam Long. He's currently at 13 under. We get into the action here starting at the par 3 fourth. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either, sitting up in the short grass. Looking now at her second to this par 3. Okay, that one finished off. It's a par here at 4, and she'll remain at 4 under par. Coming now to another long par 5, the 635-yard fifth. Short hitters do not have to worry about the swamp on the left, but it may come into play for long hitters trying to get home in too. Oh, that was a beautiful golf swing right there. Everything working in harmony and a great result in the fairway. has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5. Frank got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
Just a little beyond the hole, but pretty handy right there. This one moving left here for birdie. Yes, a good read. It's a birdie here at 5. And she'll move now to 5 under par. Par 4 sixth here at the Wetlands, 440 yards and water to deal with.
Two choices here, Rich. Lay it up short of the Wetlands, or, well, chance it, brave enough, tee it up and flash it across the Wetlands to just a mere short iron into this lengthy par 4.
Right. That's the kind of swing you want to break down and study. Perfect tempo on the backswing, club head pointing to the target, and then just an explosion through impact. Very well done. This one looks right on point.
Another example of her excellent balance and timing, and that's a good shot.
Birdie putt coming up, and we go to Iona Stephen.
Yeah, I've had a look. Overall, little bit of right to left, but fortunately it's on a very flat part of this green.
Not quite on line, and that'll drift a couple feet by. Safely in for par here at the 6th. And she's going to hold on at 5 under. Next up, the 592-yard par 5 7th bends gently from right to left, and really long hitters can get home in 2 with a couple of well-struck shots. The Wetlands not really in play here. That one flirting with the left edge of the fairway. Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. It is one of the more satisfying shots in golf, isn't it? Downwind to a par 5 to second, you knock it on. Chance for eagle.
Certainly shortens up the par 5, that wind at your back, Rich, but you can just surf the wind. Just let that ball carry and just sail towards the green.
The speed was right what you want, but the eagle putt doesn't go down. Yes, a very well played hole. That's in for birdie. And she's into double figures now at 10 under par. Frank, our featured golfer, 4 shots back heading to Sunday. I mean, we see deficits like that disappear all the time. What do they need to do tomorrow?
One of the advantages they have, Rich, is they're teeing off in front of the leaders. So if you can post a number and then all of a sudden, perhaps somebody trying to win for the very, very first time, they feel that pressure, you might just inherit this. So there's 2 ways to win it.
So for Frank Nobilo, Notah Begay III, Iona Stephen, and a cast of hundreds, I'm Rich Lerner. You've been watching PGA Tour Golf on EA Sports. So long, everyone. EA Sports and the PGA Tour so proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. This afternoon, we're in the Sunshine State for live final round coverage of the Florida Classic. Well, we have already seen 3 scintillating, sometimes spectacular rounds of golf. By the time twilight comes calling later today, we will have a champion as we check the Sunday leaderboard. On top is the U.S. Open champion from 2022, England's Matt Fitzpatrick. He's at 18 under. So out to the action we go as we catch up with our golfer on the tee at the par 4 13th. Oh, that is squeezing every inch of distance out of the golf swing. That was as powerful as you're going to see. Maybe not what you're hoping for from that number, but no damage. It's on the green. We turn to Notah Begay III for this look at birdie.
And a dead straight look here. Very little break. Just has to get it on line.
Oh, how about it? A beauty there. It is in for a birdie, and she'll get a stroke back. 14th hole here at the Wetlands. A dangerous par 3 comes in at 204 yards. There's some trouble out there.
And this is where you have to readjust your focus. If you start looking right or left of this green, you see all the problems that could come in and prevail. Instead, just look at that front bunker. Try and fly your tee shot over that, somewhere around the front edge of the green, maybe 3 or 4 yards on, and then the hole becomes that much easier.
That one safely on the putting surface. A long one coming up here for birdie.
Ashik Yodruski.
Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. And with it, she'll get a stroke back. The last par 5 on this golf course is the 15th. It's 590 yards. You think, Frank, this is the time to be aggressive?
Certainly is. Longer hitters must be licking their chops on this par 5. 300-plus yard tee shot, you can definitely get home. Shorter hitters, just set it up for a nice wedge shot. But if you are going to go at this par 5 and 2, well protected by those 3 bunkers.
And that ball absolutely walloped. That is a big drive there. That's a nice shot right there. Landed just short, released onto the green, and now a chance for an eagle 3. So now this one, got to have enough to get up a fairly steep slope. This for eagle. Well, this one is looking good. Could it be? Oh, do that. How about the read there? Perfectly judged, as that is home for an eagle. We begin the finishing stretch here at the Wetlands with a 455-yard par 4 16th. Looking for another straight tee shot here. The approach leads to a green well protected by 4 bunkers. Ooh, some big drives today. That might be the biggest of the bunch.
Great drive straight down the fairway here, and the second shot is just over 90 yards. That's a good shot, and more importantly, too, a green in regulation, so birdie chance.
15 feet away. Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. And she'll move to 14 under par. Here we go at the 17th. It's a par 3, and it takes one good strike. That's what you like about par 3s of this length, Frank. 238 yards. Can't fake it here.
You certainly can't, and that green just shapes a little bit to the player's right. So the best shot to hit in here would be a little draw. And that is also the avenue provided by those two bunkers. One short left and the other one back right.
Okay, that'll come to rest on the front portion of the green, and now a fairly long look coming up for birdie. This one's going to need to carry some pace with it. A long one for birdie. Back up the slope. Yeah, and putts this long, so hard to gauge the speed, and that's maybe about what you'd expect. Yeah, that's a good putt. It is in for par here at 17. And she'll remain at minus 14.
Well, this is it, Frank, the 18th hole, and on paper it looks like you can get this one. You can make a birdie because it's only 377 yards.
You're exactly right, Rich. Just a nice drive. Doesn't even have to be a driver here. It's going to set you up really short iron wedge into this short par 4. And, well, I always like to finish on a birdie. I know you do too, because a little walk to the clubhouse there on the left, maybe a hot dog or a hamburger.
Boy, the rhythm is definitely there today. Another wonderful tee shot. This is where club selection is so important. Second shot into that stiff breeze. Okay, not particularly close, but a chance for the putter to do its thing. We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
And it looks Pretty much straight overall, but it's going to pick up a lot of pace as it heads down this slope. Needs to be careful.
That one just going to sneak on by. Okay, so she'll finish that off for her par here at 18. And that will be a great final round score of 68. So for our featured golfer, Frank, in the mix much of the week. It'll be a top 10 finish, but maybe a chance to rue a few missed opportunities.
Depends how you look at it. I agree with you. Definitely some missed opportunities, but there's enough good there. So how do they show up next time, though? I think that's the key.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today from the Bay Hill Club and Lodge, opening round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard. This promises to be a fun 4 days, a lot of storylines to get to as we check out the early leaderboard. Sam Burns is on top. He's got it going early at 7 under par. Meanwhile, our featured golfer looking for another strong showing after a top 10 finish a week ago. So let's get you out to the action on the turn as we head to the tee at the par 4 10th. Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway.
It's 37 yards to the hole.
And that'll do just fine. Now a side hill putt for her birdie. Yes, rolls it right in. A birdie here at 10. Another par 4 here, the 11th. It's just under 440 yards. This time, there's water looming left and then bunkers on the right-hand side. It's a pretty good challenge, Frank.
This hole's very similar to the third hole on the front side. 2 bunkers down the right side. Just got to keep it a little left. You don't have to hit driver here. Well, that one's finished in the first cut. It's going to be a little bit harder to spin it from there with a little bit of grass around the ball, but still not too bad.
Second shot now from just a foot or two off the fairway.
It was a good strike. I could tell that by the sound as the ball came off the club face. That little bounce and check. Well done.
A great opportunity here for birdie. Yes, good start to this backside. Back-to-back birdies here at 10 and 11. Now to the par 5 12th. Frank, how good of a scoring opportunity is this?
Well, anytime you get a par 5 at Bay Hill, got to take advantage of it.
Teeing it up here on the 12th, 574-yard par 5, Frank.
Another one that's reachable, obviously long and straight. That rough down the right side, though, is normally very thick. Avoid the 2 bunkers, lots of contours and undulations around this green.
No problems there. That's going to wind up safely in the fairway.
I dare say a touch too aggressive, trying to fly it all the way and expect it to hold. It is very ambitious. Look what's happened.
Ten-foot putt left. Oh, how about the run here? That a third consecutive birdie. Frank, the par 4 13th, relatively short, but not necessarily easy.
Yeah, stringent tee shot. A lot of people are tempted to take a bigger club off the tee. 300 yards runs out of the fairway, but really, what does that give you in?
That's up in the wind, maybe drifting a little left.
It might be in the rough, but that was absolutely crushed.
Absolutely can do no wrong. Dialed in, and that is an eagle, and this is a spectacular round of golf. One last look at the leaderboard, Frank. Our featured golfer down, but not out after day one.
Yeah, they might have to take the standing 8, though, or hit the reset.
EA Sports, and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard. Well, if we see more of what we witnessed yesterday, we're in for a heck of a battle these next 3 days as we show you the current leaderboard here on this Friday. Sam Burns is on top. He's currently at 8 under. Meanwhile, our featured golfer needing to get it in gear, currently 7 shots off the lead. So let's get out to the course as we join the action on the tee at the par 5 fourth. So in the fairway, but a pretty good number to carry here for a second to the par 5. Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5. Frank got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
Eight feet remaining here for birdie. That's going to slide by to the left. Good work to get into that position, but couldn't finish it off. Okay, that one finished off for a par. And she'll remain at 1 under par. Now to the 5th hole. Off the tee, Frank, how do these fairway bunkers sort of factor into your mindset as you prepare to tee off?
Well, if you watch the pros play on the Arnold Palmer Invitational, you see 2 different strategies here. Just an iron off the tee, give yourself a full shot in, or, well, if you're a longer hitter, take it over that bunker on the left.
Yeah, this is not the biggest of fairways, so that is a good shot here at 5. Okay, a little left to do, but safely on the green. 11 feet away. Oh, yes, indeed. The line there, perfect. It is in for a birdie. And that's going to move her score to 2 under par. Frank, the par 5/6 looks like an enormous carry over the water. What if you're not one of the bigger hitters?
Well, then you've really got to aim at those 2 bunkers, right in between them on the right side, Rich. Becomes very much a plotter hole, because even the layup becomes important. This par 5, you've then got to attack it with a wedge.
Our tournament here at Bay Hill still in full swing, obviously, but Frank, I think all of our golfers competing this weekend may have one eye toward next week, the big purse, the island green, the full field. It is the flagship event on the PGA Tour, the Players, just a couple of hours north of here at TPC Sawgrass.
Rich, when you've got a name that's called The Players, I think that says it all. And that's the one they want to win.
This is when the game is fun, Frank, when you get one high in the air and you have it down breeze and you just watch it stays in the air forever.
Yeah, the hang time on that.
Really hit that second shot on the button to this par 5, but Frank couldn't get it to stop.
Yeah, too good, too long, sadly.
This a shade better than 50% on the make percentage. It's for birdie. Disappointing. That one finished off. It's in for par. And her score's going to stay right where it is. Here we are now at the 199-yard par 3 7th, a challenge with a green protected by bunkers, short, left, and long. Well, after that beast of a par 5 with all the water, take a sigh of relief, and you come to the par 3 7th.
It still takes a good tee shot here, though, Rich. Narrow entry, green's 30 yards deep. You still really got to focus on hitting a good shot here.
Okay, that's the area of the green you want to be in, that front right quadrant, and it's a birdie opportunity coming up. This one measures out to 15 feet. Nope. That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7. And her score is going to stay right where it is. Frank, as you step to the tee here at the 8th, what are you seeing?
Another hole that suits the long hitter, Rich. That bunker just over 300 yards. The further you get down there, the shorter club you have in over the water.
And this, a tee shot that fits the eye, and that'll be just fine. Second shot coming up, and we say hello to Iona Stephen.
130 yards left to the flag. It's a nice round number. Pin on the right-hand side, so plenty of room to the left of it.
Jack Nicklaus always told me hole high, that was the goal. Little left, but hole high and inside 10 feet. Well done.
Side of the hill now, this for her birdie. Okay, right on line. That's a birdie here at the 8th. And she's going to get it back to +2.
So, Frank, this a very difficult Friday for our featured golfer. Nothing seemed to go right. And this is going to wind up an MC. That stands for Miss. EA Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. This afternoon, it's live third-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard. Rich Lerner here in our tower overlooking the 18th green. Frank Nobilo is by my side. Out on the course, we've got Nota Begay III and Iona Stephen as we check the Saturday leaderboard. We're looking at a tie at the top at 7 under par. As for our featured golfer, their place is secured for the weekend, but it's going to take something special to get back into contention. We'll get right out to the action here as we head to the tee at the par 4 first. And that should be just fine. A good drive there to get the Saturday round underway. Second shot, good look at the green.
That's a bit of a head turner, really. That was a green light situation from that distance, and far from the best shot I've seen today.
Yeah, tough to know just how far out to the right to play that one. I mean, that was not far enough. Okay, that's in for par here at the first. And she's going to stay at +2. Back to the second hole here at Bay Hill. Frank, long par 3.
And that green slopes so much from right to left, so you can actually use the contours of the green here.
This is a good par 3, the second here at Bay Hill at 231 yards. Play it out toward that right, especially if that hole location is on the left. You can swing it along the contour of that green and who knows, maybe make a hole-in-one like Jordan Spieth did in 2021. Okay, that one's dancing. A birdie try on the second green, and with that, we welcome four-time winner on the PGA Tour, Nota Begay.
And this is when you'd expect to make more often than not. Not too much undulation, maybe just a slight move to the right.
Got it there, but not quite on target.
Good putt there. It's in for par here at the second. And her score's going to stay right where it is.
Now to the par 4 third. Picturesque and difficult hole, Frank.
It might be picturesque, but it's certainly not for the faint of heart. This is going to take your best swing.
Water all down the left side.
Too strong for this hole, eh? Ran out of fairway and into the rough. Big hit, though. It's a decent-sized green. It's not bad, just a little past the hole.
That is well judged. Straight into the cup. It's a birdie here at number 3. And she'll crawl back to 1 over for the tournament.
Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novello back at the 4th. It's the first par 5 on the golf course, Frank.
The litmus test is that first bunker on the left side. If you can get it past that, you've hit it over 330 yards.
Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. Just a bit too much on the second shot on this par 5, but shouldn't have too much trouble getting it up and down for the birdie. Oh, good run going here early. This is birdies at 3 and 4. And that's going to get her back to level par for the tournament.
Frank, now to the 5th. What's the strategy here at this shorter par 4?
Well, if you want to flex your muscles, Rich, take it over that left bunker. With a little trailing breeze, you might even get close to the green.
This one starting up that left side.
Well, that drive was enormous. I know it's in the rough, but that is long.
Okay, not a bad lead. That's a good shot. This a little under 10 feet for birdie. Yes, a good roll there. That's in for birdie. And she's going to move into red figures at 1 under par.
Frank, this is a big, brawny par 5, and it can be menacing just looking at it from the tee with all of that water.
It's also tempting, reachable for the longer hitters, unless your name's John Daly, who took a whopping 18. So better than that, you're better than John Daly.
I don't see what's wrong with 18. If you break it down, that's 3 pars and an eagle. That's pretty good.
It is, but you're still playing the same hole.
Oh, yeah, that is dry, and it is spectacular. What a drive here at 6. Well, that one had to feel good.
Yeah, struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Oh, that's a good stroke. Doesn't quite get the reward of the eagle, but a birdie would be a nice consolation, right? Oh, everything going right now. That a 4th consecutive birdie. And she'll move 4 under par. So for our featured golfer, some good playing and some favorable scoring conditions here on this Saturday. But they'll look up at that leaderboard and see they're still well back.
But I think the goal really is to try and shoot back-to-back great rounds, Rich. If anything better.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour so proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today we bring you live final round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational presented by MasterCard. What a week and weekend this has been so far. Everything you want in a golf tournament. By nightfall, we will have our winner. As you take a look at the current leaderboard on this Sunday afternoon, the leader is Jordan Spieth. He's got it to 14 under par. Let's get right into the action, starting with the par 3 14th. And that will be too much club. It's into one of those 2 bunkers over the back of this 14th green. Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Oh, the hands came through beautifully there. Good
thump of the sand and a good chance to save par. Okay, good putt. And a par here at 14. And she's going to hold on here at even par. We're here at the 15th now, and a big dogleg right on this one. Frank, what's the best route to take to shoot the low number?
You got to look at that run out down the left side, which is about 320 yards. If you can stay short of that, then that gives you a perfect shot into this green.
Yeah, good swing and a good result, as that is safely into the fairway. Second shot coming up. Let's bring in Iona Stephen.
Well, it's 128 yards left to the flag today, and the pin on the back portion in the left-hand side of this green.
Oh, this could be good.
Oh, that was a good strike. Took it straight at it, too. That one bounce and check. Well played.
This only about 5 feet for birdie. Ah, yes, never in doubt. It's a birdie here at 15. And she'll get a stroke back. Back on the tee here at the 16th. It's a par 5, bunkers, water all along this hole. Doesn't look to be a gimme par 5.
Now, you've got to have your wits about you. If you just look at the yardage, you'll think it's the easiest par 5 on the golf course. And then, before you know it, it's got you.
Well, we've seen people still reach the green in 2 from here, but it's going to be a tough task as that tee shot offline and in the bunker. Okay, job well done, Frank. You know when you play this hole, you're playing it like a par 4, even though it's a par 5. You need to be home in 2.
You certainly do, Rich. This hole isn't as long as some par 5s, but when you consider water in play here, water in play at 17 and 18, this is a key shot.
Oh, boy, that definitely took a look, but that was a perfectly weighted putt, nearly an eagle. This round finishing strong. Back-to-back birdies now at 15 and 16. And with it, she'll get a stroke back. So we've talked about these par 3s here at Bay Hill, and they finish with a doozy. It is the 17th at 221 yards and all sorts of trouble. You can see that beach bunker in front. There's the water to deal with. Oftentimes a difficult hole location. You're thrilled to walk out of here with a par. Solid shot, and sometimes solid throughout the round, will win the day. Let's bring in Nota Begay III for a look at birdie.
And this has just got a little bit of turn in it, but you got to be careful not to overread it.
Made a good run at birdie. He'll have to focus now. Try to walk away with the par. No problems there. That's a par here at 17. And she'll remain at 2 under. Frank, now one of the signature holes here at Bay Hill, the 18th.
Hole's got a little easier over the years with the new equipment. People getting it out there a little further, so you've got a shorter club in, but you've got to be wary of that run out on the right side.
Ooh, some big drives today. That might be the biggest of the bunch.
Oh, that's not too bad. Good shot. Inside 20 feet, I would imagine. So a good chance, really outside chance for birdie.
That's going to scoot a foot or two by. So she will tap that in for her par at 18. And this will be a final round score of 74. So Frank, our golfer just could not get things going here in this final round, and it winds up a disappointing finish.
And hopefully it's not a bad habit too, because as we know, they normally give out trophies on Sundays, so you do not want to get in a habit of playing poorly on Sunday.
It is golf's unofficial fifth major. It is the home of the PGA Tour. It is 18 of the most diabolical holes ever strung together. It is visually intimidating. It is narrow fairways. It is water at every turn. But for the player who outlasts all others, it is the richest prize in golf. It is the Players' Championship.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup.
For over 4 decades, this has been the home of the PGA Tour and the site of its flagship event as we bring you opening round coverage of the Players. We've got a full field ready to get rolling on this Thursday as we get a look at the early leaderboard. We've got a tie at the very top at 4 under to this point. We head out to the course as we pick up the action on the tee at the par 4 fourth. Good smart play right here. If you're not positive you can clear it, you can't take on that water, and this will leave just a short wedge in from there. Second shot straight ahead, and we go to Iona Stephen.
133 the number, and the pin right at the back.
Well, she should be happy with that shot. Good chance for birdie, inside 20 feet.
Nah, the pace was okay, but that needed to be started a bit further out to the right. Okay, that one finished off. It's a par here at 4, and her score is going to stay right where it is. Well, all the pros will tell you the 5th here at TPC Sawgrass is all you want. Challenging at 471 yards. It's the longest par 4 on the golf course. Oh, that was a beautiful golf swing right there. Everything working in harmony and a great result in the fairway. Perfect spot to play this second, middle of the fairway.
Well, not super close, but safely on the green.
A good 20-footer here. Nope, good effort, but that's going to wander a few feet by. That one finished off. It is a par here at 5, and her score is going to stay right where it is. Frank, what do you think of the 6th? Pretty short par 4.
It is, but you come out of that sort of corridor and fairway opens up and then it narrows up, bunkers to be around. Very, very few people hit driver here. It might be in the rough, but that was absolutely crushed.
Well, that's why on this golf course, Frank, there is a premium on hitting fairways.
You're exactly right. Might be also protecting against a flight, but that did anything other than flight.
Okay, it's not stone dead, but that's not too bad. Nicely read there. It is a par here at the 6th, and her score is going to stay right where it is.
7th hole here at Sawgrass, Frank, a bit uncomfortable off the tee.
It is. It reminds me a little bit of the opening hole, much longer version, where when you stand on the tee and look at the green, it's a straightaway hole, but that fairway goes to the left.
It is golf's unofficial 5th major. It is the home of the PGA Tour. It is 18 of the most diabolical holes ever strung together. It is visually intimidating. It is narrow fairways. It is water at every turn. But for the player who outlasts all others, it is the richest prize in golf. It is the Players' Championship.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. For over 4 decades, this has been the home of the PGA Tour and the site of its flagship event as we bring you opening round coverage of the Players. This is going to be a compelling 4 days of golf. A lot of storylines to follow as we move through the weekend and we take a look at the leaderboard here in round 1. The leader right now is Adam Long. He's off to a 4-under start. Let's get out to the play as we pick things up. And that one too close to the edge, and it's going to wind up falling into the bunker. Digging in here, readying her second from the fairway bunker.
Oh, that shot took some guile, nerves, confidence to hit it out of that fairway bunker. Now, inside 10 feet. That's as good as anyone on the PGA Tour.
Ah, yes, runs that one right in. It's a birdie here at the 7th. Up next, the 237-yard 8th. It's the longest par 3 at TPC Sawgrass, with a wide variety of challenges, including a deep, narrow, and sloping green protected by grass bunkers. Par is the goal here on this very demanding hole. That's going to be on the putting surface, and a birdie look straight ahead. We turn to Nota Begay III for this look at birdie.
And a very straightforward look here, down the hill with no break.
Pretty good read there. Definitely good speed, and it just skips a foot or so by. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And she'll stay at 1 over. We close out the front 9 with the 583-yard par 5, one of the most spectacular par 5s in golf. A lake and a bunker on the right and deep woods on the left. Stay out of that. This hole grows narrower as it unfolds. And that, a good-looking shot there, well placed in the fairway. Got every bit of that, flew it all the way there and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. So after reaching this green in 2, this a sizable putt for an eagle. Four feet, all that's left for birdie. Yes, a 2-putt birdie. That's in for a 4. Our featured golfer here today had some moments, but maybe not the round one you're looking for, Frank.
Too many mistakes, Rich. Right now, don't think about the leader. Just
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, from the home course of the PGA Tour, TPC Sawgrass, it's live second-round coverage of the Players. Things starting to slowly take shape here on this Friday. For some, it is a race for the top prize. For others, it's a fight to stick around for the weekend as we show you the leaderboard. England's Matt Fitzpatrick is the leader. He shows the way at 7 under. We head out to the course as we pick up the action on the tee at the par 4 fourth. Nothing to it. Very well judged there. 5 feet now for birdie. Yeah, that's a well-played hole. It's a birdie here at 4. And she'll move to -3 for the tournament. Now to the 5th. This long par 4 thought to be one of the most difficult holes on the front side here at the TPC Sawgrass.
If you've got plenty of length in the bag, you can almost take it directly over the bunker on the right. But if you're not as long, you have to air down that left side.
I'll tell you what, that swing absolutely perfect and a good result as well.
Another great tee shot. That stayed in the air a long time. Just a short wedge left. That's sort of in between yardage.
Second shot now from right at 100 yards. This could be a good one.
Oh, it was a good strike. I could tell that by the sound as the ball came off the club face. That little bounce and check. Well done.
So now eyeing this one for birdie. Yeah, there's another one. Back-to-back birdies here at 4 and 5. And she'll get a stroke back. Another shortish par 4, the 393-yard par 4 6th. Frank, what's the challenge here?
Well, there's 2 bunkers down the left, but that's not really the problem. If you hug that left side, there's palm trees that come into play on that second shot.
That is into the rough, and there could be some definite palm tree danger over there between where that ball stopped and the green. Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
Yeah, good concentration there to save her par. And she'll stay 3 shots off the lead. Well, no shortage of trouble here at the 451-yard par 4 7th. You've got that fairway bunker that goes forever, and then the lateral water hazard running, well, it's the entire left-hand side of the hole. There's trouble wherever you look here. Yeah, all about hitting the fairway here, and that is right where you want to be. Now the approach to the 7th. Frank, what do you need to be mindful of here?
It's rather narrow in the front of this green, and then there's some mounds both right and left. Be very aware of those mounds. They can actually help you out.
Well, those are the shots that turn what you'd like to be a leisurely stroll out on the golf course into a day of hard work.
Yeah, what could have been a tap-in is now going to be a grind.
That one just going to sneak on by. That one in. It is a bogey here at the 7th. And she's going to drop to 2 under par. So for our featured golfer, Frank, it is on to the weekend. Who knows, if you get out early on Saturday, try and post a number, see what happens. EA Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. This afternoon from TPC Sawgrass in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, live third-round coverage of the Players. Well, if yesterday was any indication, we should be in for a memorable weekend of golf here as we take in the leaderboard on this Saturday. On top is Matt Fitzpatrick. He sits at 10 under par. We'll get right out to the action here as we head to the tee at the par 4 first. And that a wonderful tee shot. It's in the fairway here to get this Saturday started. Perfect spot to play this second, middle of the fairway.
In golf, you know, you've heard the term mulligan. You'd love that, a do-over there, wouldn't you? I mean, that's just, that's very poor from that range.
Iona Stephen is at the first green. This for birdie.
Yeah, Rich, this is going to be a really slow one because we're going right back up that slope, but it's straight, so pace the priority.
Yeah, that's a nice putt. Getting it there up the hill was half the battle. This got there just a little wide of the mark. Safely in. It's a par here at the first. And her score's going to stay right where it is. We move now to the 532-yard par 5 second here at TPC Sawgrass. Reachable into if you can drive the ball accurately. Dense trees flanking both sides of the fairway. And beware of that lateral water hazard on the right. That's going to get into that bunker that snakes its way up the right side of this second hole. Just got to get this out to a good number, her second at the par 5. Good shot right there that just hangs on that back portion of the green. On board into par 5, still a good chance to get out of here with a birdie. That's a good eagle putt there, beautifully weighted, and just a short one left for birdie. A dead-on look here for birdie. Okay, no problems there. Finishing off a birdie at number 2. And with it, she'll get a stroke back. Now to the par 3 third, 177 yards. Not overly difficult. If you hit the proper shot off the tee, get it to the right quadrant on this green, without question, you can walk out of here with a deuce, with a birdie. A very sensible play there, right in the middle of the green.
14 feet to the hole.
Oh, goodness, that is too bad. That would have been a good birdie, but not to be. So that, safely in. It's a par here at the third. And she's going to stay at -3. Frank, the bunker on the right, I wouldn't call that a pot bunker. That is some kind of a hazard, isn't it?
Yeah, meanders all the way down the right side, but really it's the lesser of two evils. I'd rather be in that bunker on the right than the hill on the left.
And that ball's going to be slowed up enough that it is going to wind up in the bunker. So now she's looking at a tough second here out of the sand.
Well, it looked dicey in the fairway bunker, but that was such a great strike too. You've got to hit the ball clean out of a fairway bunker. And just see that saw out there, hits the green, kicks forward, and now in close. Great shot.
Well done. That one rolled in for a birdie, and she'll move 4 under par. Frank, the golf course toughens up right here at the long par 4 fifth.
Yeah, when you play it off the back tee, 470 yards, it's nearly 320 yards to that last bunker down the left side. That really has to be in the back of your mind. The ideal tee shot, little left to right. Oh, that's a great tee shot. I know it doesn't count as a fairway hit, but when you're that far down there, the first cut is absolutely fine.
Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
107 to the hole. Pin is on the front left part of the green.
I like the looks of this one.
I'm not quite sure of that strike, whether they got it all, but ball's just come up a little shy. Outside chance for a birdie.
Nearly had it. Just going to wander a foot or so by. Okay, that one in for par. And she'll remain at 4 under par. On now to the 6th, the hole that Pete Dye called the most beautiful hole at TPC Sawgrass. It's a par 4 at 393 yards. The water is self-evident left, framed by a long bunker that shapes the left side of the fairway. Up near the green, precision's important as there are no fewer than 7 bunkers of various sizes waiting to swallow up errant approach shots.
Oh, talk about a friendly kick. I never got those. It could have stayed in the rough for the same price. Just a gorgeous shot. This has been a clinic today.
Okay, well done there. It's a birdie here at the 6th. And she'll move now to 5 under par. So for our featured golfer, some good playing and some favorable scoring conditions here on this Saturday. But they'll look up at that leaderboard and see they're still well back.
4 decades ago, this was swampland, a seemingly ordinary tract of land, no different from any other in this section of Florida. Today, this land will be anything but ordinary. Today, it will test the finest golfers in the world, eager to claim the sport's richest prize. This is the final round of the Players' Championship.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour so proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today from TPC Sawgrass in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, live final round coverage of the Players. It is the great challenge that all these golfers face, trying to string 4 solid rounds together, trying to best Mother Nature and this course, and trying to beat the entire field as we check the leaderboard. On top is the U.S. Open champion from 2022, England's Matt Fitzpatrick. He leads the pack at 17 under. So let's get out to the course, already deep into the round as we head to the tee on the par 4 15th. Nothing to fault there, safely in the fairway. Second shot coming up, and we say hello to Iona Stephen.
129 yards left to the flag today. Wind into the face, so you'll definitely need to account for that.
Mishit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
Good day, mate.
Okay, a solid par here at the 15th. And she's going to hold on at minus 10. Frank, fans watching, they love excitement in the game. 16's an exciting hole, isn't it?
Well, that's where you get it, because you hear the roars. You start to see the big crowds that go all the way around 16, 17, and 18T. You feel where you are in the tournament, too. A movement that starts at 16 can be carried all the way to the clubhouse.
Boy, she just seems to be on autopilot right about now. That, another good drive off the tee. Now, after the big drive, this a good distance here for a second to the par 5. But that one had to feel good.
Yeah, struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Oh boy, that definitely took a look, but that was a perfectly weighted putt, nearly an eagle. Well played there, a birdie here at 16. And she'll move to 11 under. Frank, how early in the round are you thinking about the shot at 17?
Well, when you're playing well, you're pushing it ahead. Maybe you don't think about it till 14 or 15. If you're struggling, you might be thinking it early as the 5th or the 6th hole. But put it this way, when you make the walk from 16 to 17, you are thinking of it every inch of the way.
Well, that's safe, but that is going to be a treacherous putt coming up, trying to get it back to that right side hole location. Chance now for another birdie.
And this should have a little bit of left to right in it, but you've got to be careful not to hit this too hard.
Close. Couldn't ask for much more on that putt. No problems there. That's a par here at 17. And she'll remain at 11 under par. Now to one of the most spectacular finishing holes in golf. 462-yard par 4 18th at TPC Sawgrass. Water guarding the entire left side of the fairway. Mounds and trees lining the right. As picturesque and difficult as they come. Looks so simple when you're going good, doesn't it? And that is yet another solid drive. Frank, it's all about focus and positive imagery, isn't it, here on this approach shot at the 18th?
You have to be precise with your target here. You can't be looking left at the water or mounds on the right. Plus, there's all the mounding on the screen. So, in the end, look at the flag, aim at the flag, go there.
That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
Yeah, that's a good putt there to save her par here at 18. And that's going to make this a final round, 66. So for our featured golfer, Frank, in the mix much of the week. It'll be a top 10 finish, but maybe a chance to rue a few missed opportunities.
Depends how you look at it. I agree with you. Definitely some missed opportunities, but there's enough good there. So how do they show up next time, though? I think that's the key.
So for Frank Nobilo,
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From the rugged Pacific coast of Oregon, it's opening round coverage of the Pacific Championship. What might we have in store for us over the course of these next 4 days? We've got big names, we've got dark horses, we've got it all as we look at the leaderboard on this Thursday. The Aussie Adam Scott is the leader. He's at 2 under par here early in this first morning wave. Meanwhile, our featured golfer looking for another strong showing after a top 10 finish a week ago. So let's get out to the course as we pick up the action starting at the par 4 11. Uh-oh, this is well left. Just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there. Second shot coming up. Let's check in for the first time with Nota Begay III.
Looking at 101 yards to the front, 113 to the hole, sitting in the front left hole location.
And a good iron shot, just not quite as close as what we'd all want to finish, but still.
Here we go. This one for birdie. Not that time. Pretty good effort, but it'll wander a couple of feet by. So that brushed in for par here at 11, and she'll hold on at 3 over par. On to the par 3 12th hole. This is the number 18 handicap hole, so maybe that gives you a little reason for optimism, but par is not a bad score here as this measures out at 238 yards, the longest of the 4 par 3s. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either, sitting up in the short grass. This going to be her second shot now at the par 3.
Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
No missteps there. It is a par here at 12. And her score is going to stay right where it is. The rolling hills of Oregon provide the backdrop to this par 5 13th hole. At 553 yards, it is reachable in 2. Big dunes in the fairway could make the stance awkward for that second shot. But a big green that measures better than 50 yards head to toe does yield a good number of eagle putts. A little too much roll on the back end there, and this is going to wind up diving into the heavy stuff. Second shot now from 160 yards. This one going to really test your distance control. Back up the hill for an eagle. Not a long putt, but a side hiller for birdie. Confidently done there. That's in for birdie here at 13. On to a tough one now. The par 4 14th listed at 390 yards. Pot bunkers are the worry here. There are 5 of them to contend with all told, and none are easy outs. The green is a narrow one as well, with a good amount of tilt from back to front. Really took a lot on with that drive, but this is going to wind up in the bunker. Trying to gather some momentum after the birdie, but that won't help. It's into the bunker off the tee. Yeah, big explosion. Got it stopped quickly, and that will be a birdie opportunity coming up. Another rolled in there. Birdie's now at 13 and 14. So 1 round complete, and Frank, this is such a good field this week. We may see the cream rise to the top come Sunday.
I hope you're right, Rich. This is a
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From the Pacific Northwest and Bandon Dunes Golf Resort, live second-round coverage of the Pacific Championship. But if we see more of what we witnessed yesterday, we're in for a heck of a battle these next 3 days as we show you the current leaderboard here on this Friday. We've got a tie at the top at 6 under par. We head out to the course as we pick up the action on the tee at the par 4 fourth. No issues here. That is into the fairway. Okay, sensible play right there, and that one on deck. 12 feet still to go. Boy, that's a good stroke. Just a fraction off target, but you can't get the speed any better than that. Okay, that one finished off. It's a par here at 4. And she's going to stay at +2. We turn northward along the beach here at the 445-yard par 4 fifth. Like the previous hole, the landing area is a narrow one, and it doesn't get much easier from there. The green's protected by a big bunker on the right, and be careful because those onshore breezes like to push the ball that way. Well, they claim it's a reachable par 4. We haven't seen a whole lot of people do it today. We just saw it right there. Well done. So now's where it's going to get tricky. This will need to be weighted perfectly. It's for eagle. Oh, that is a really good putt. Got it to throw out the anchor right near the hole. That's well done. A great opportunity here for birdie. Yes, a good read. It's a birdie here at 5. And she'll crawl back to 1 over for the tournament. We continue our turn northward along the bluffs as we come to the par 3 6th. It's another stout one at 217 yards. Most golfers will be happy to play toward the right center part of this large green and stay away from the trouble, including the cliff on the left. All right, you don't have to catch it on the middle of the face every time. That's on the middle of the dance floor and a birdie putt coming up. Getting this thing rolling should not be an issue. It is a long, down the slope putt for birdie. Just ideal. Good speed on that putt. Just a tap in remaining. Safely in for par here at the 6th. And she'll stay at 1 over. We make our turn away from the ocean now and head to the par 4 7th. At 411 yards, it offers a nice wide fairway to sort of bomb away into. That will likely leave an uphill approach for the second to a green that is one of the more difficult on the course. And that will be more than adequate. It's safely into the fairway.
And that will make it onto the putting surface, but ultimately, not a real good shot. How about the speed here? Are you kidding? That is exceptional from that distance. That is worth a wow. That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7. And her score's going to stay right where it is. The 8th hole here at Bandon takes us back toward the ocean. It's a par 4 at 385 yards, so it's not a long one. If you can successfully navigate or vomit over those 2 fairway bunkers, you could leave yourself with not much more than 50 yards or so for your approach. That ball went straight down into the heavy rough. The lie is not a friendly one, but still a chance to get on in 2 with a good shot here. This is a 13-footer. Nope. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And her score is going to stay right where it is. Well, whereas the 8th was a short par 4, nothing short about our closing hole here on this front side. The par 5 9th topping out at 585 yards, the longest hole on the course. That said, birdie is certainly not out of the equation. That is, if you can avoid the pot bunkers in the landing area off the tee. Oh, that was a beautiful golf swing right there. Everything working in harmony and a great result in the fairway. Got every bit of that, threw it all the way there and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. Now this for an eagle. Oh yeah, that's how you take advantage of a par 5. It's in for an eagle 3. Superb. So for our featured golfer, Frank, it is on to the weekend. Who knows, if you get out early on Saturday, try and post a number, see what happens.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From picturesque Bandon Dunes on the Pacific coast of Oregon, it's live third-round coverage of the Pacific Championship. Rich Lerner here in our tower overlooking the 18th green. Frank Nobilo is by my side. Out on the course, we've got Nota Begay III and Iona Stephen as we check the Saturday leaderboard. And we've got some drama brewing with a tie at the top at 11 under par. We'll get right out to the action here as we head to the tee at the par 4 first. And that should be just fine. Good drive there to get the Saturday round underway. This is an 11-foot putt. Oh, wow, just a hair off target. And those are the ones that'll drive you crazy. Safely in. It's a par here at the first. And she'll stay 1 under for the tournament. The second hole, a par 3 measuring 220 yards. In theory, it's a straightforward, though long, par 3. 2 bunkers left and short shouldn't be in play, but the hole does play deceivingly uphill, so a solid strike is a must. All right, you take those all day long. On the green, chance for birdie coming up. Let's bring in Nota Begay III for a look at birdie.
And this is one where you just got to keep the hand steady and the wrist quiet, making sure you get it started on line.
Ooh, that's got a little bit more movement than you think, and that'll slide on by. Okay, it's a bogey here at the second. And she's going to fall back down to even par. On to our first par 5 of the round, the 563-yard third hole. Bunkers dot the fairway on each side, and they're penal. But if you can avoid those, you'll find a wide, receptive green that will yield its share of 3s and 4s. I'll tell you what, that swing absolutely perfect and a good result as well. Well within range from here. A second now to the par 5.
That one had to feel good.
Yeah, struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Oh, yeah, that's how you take advantage of a par 5. It's in for an eagle 3. Superb. Up next, we come to the par 4 fourth hole, which measures out at 443 yards. Beware that the rough is thick if you miss here, but a well-placed drive rewards you with our first real look at the Pacific, as you'll see that big expanse of blue and start to hear the crashing waves below.
While there's good bounces, there's bad bounces. That was a good one.
Second shot coming up, just 97 yards left to the flagstick.
It might have been perhaps a little conservative, but right in the heart of the green.
11 feet away. Oh, yeah, that one on line all the way. It's in for a birdie. And she'll move to -3 for the tournament. On now to the number 1 handicap hole on the course. That is the 445-yard par 4 fifth. This one plays right along the bluffs of the Pacific. Keeping it straight here is the big key, because trouble lurks on either side if your tee shot or your approach are wayward.
With that breeze coming off the left, that was an excellent tee shot. Held it up against the breeze.
Second shot, good look at the green. This one looks right on point.
Well, Rich, I didn't expect this sort of fireworks here today, but already with some birdies on the card and another one here by the looks of things.
Nah, that one's going to go begging. It misses right. Frustration there. That one finished off. It is a par here at 5. And she's going to stay at -3. The second par 3 of this front side, another long one, this 6th hole measuring out at 217 yards. That voice in your head will be telling you, don't go left, because if you do, you'll be down the cliff and onto the beach here by 5 Mile Point. Okay, center of the green, good shot. Birdie putt coming up, and we go to Iona Stephen.
Now this demands a classy touch. There's not a lot of movement in it, but it will be quick.
Got it there, but not quite on target. Okay, she'll finish that one off for her par. And her score's going to stay right where it is.
So for our featured golfer, some good playing and some favorable scoring conditions here on this Saturday. But they'll look up at that leaderboard and see EA Sports and the PGA Tour so proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From Bandon Dunes on the central coast of Oregon, it's live final round coverage of the Pacific Championship. Well, we have already seen 3 scintillating, sometimes spectacular rounds of golf. By the time twilight comes calling later today, we will have a champion as we check the Sunday leaderboard. On top is Hideki Matsuyama. He's at 18 under. Let's head out to the course and pick things up at the par 3 15. Okay, that's going to end up right in the middle of the green. Oh, yes, a perfect putt there. It is in for birdie here at 15. And she moves to 6 under par. Maybe the prettiest hole on the golf course, this par 4 16th. A plethora of options off the tee. Most end up deciding to see just how close to the green they can get it. Beware, though, of the ever-present Bandon Dunes putt bunkers, as well as some pretty thick gorse off to the right. No laying up with that swing. This is all or nothing.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves and just deliberately hit it on another tee box. But you never know. Might get away with it. Oh, huge mistake. That's motored on by it.
Gonna have to give this a pretty good thump. This is well back there and into the hill. Yeah, that's a nice putt. Getting it there up the hill was half the battle. This got there just a little wide of the mark. Okay, didn't want to let that one get away. It is a par here at 16, and she's going to stay at 6 under par. A lot of these holes here at Bandon Dunes have big, wide landing areas. That is not the case here at the par 4 17. You'll need to thread the needle here with bunkers on either side, thick rough on the left, and a canyon to the right. But a safe drive in the fairway can yield a pretty good look at your second. Boy, the rhythm is definitely there today. Another wonderful tee shot. This is where club selection is so important. Second shot into that stiff breeze.
Okay, that's acceptable there. That one just going to sneak on by. No problems there. That's a par here at 17. And her score is going to stay right where it is. On to the home hole to wrap up the round here at Bandon Dunes. And after battling to get here, isn't it nice to have a birdie hole that takes you to the clubhouse? That's what we have with this 558-yard par 5. Simply avoid the bunkers off the tee, and you should have a good chance to reach this green in two. This one tugged just a bit. The wind going to push it a little. Got every bit of that, threw it all the way there and got it to stop. Home in two on the par 5. So now just a short one left for her eagle. Yes, a great putt there. It's in for eagle at 18. And this will be a strong final round score of 67. So, Frank, for our featured golfer, they came roaring out on this Sunday. It won't be enough to place them too high on the leaderboard, but a terrific final round nonetheless.
Certainly, and I want to re-emphasize what you were saying, though, Rich. Sunday, it's so important because when you
EA Sports and the International Federation of PGA Tours are proud to present a World Golf Championship. From Chambers Bay Golf Course, just outside Tacoma, Washington, it's first round coverage of the EA Sports Championship. This promises to be a fun 4 days, a lot of storylines to get to as we check out the early leaderboard. And the leader is South Korea's K.H. Lee. He's at 3 under par here in the early going. That is so well done, just generating so much torque through the swing, high launch angle. That was just about perfect. Walking the course today, let's bring in Nota Begay III.
She's looking at 118 yards to the hole. Tough wind for a right-hander coming from left to right.
That's got to be disappointing. Good lie in the fairway, and the approach winds up in the bunker. Gonna have to try and give this a good thump to fly it to the hole. That is a good-looking pass out of the bunker right there. Got that to stop in a good place, leaving just a few feet for par. That's in. It is a good par here at number 4. And her score is going to stay right where it is.
Well, Frank, here at the 5th, and I'm not sure about my chances at a hole that's called free fall. I mean, are you kidding?
Well, should be free fall for you, that's for sure, and free fall for a lot of people playing it today. Hole looks straight away, but you'll see it starts to pinch in, that fairway that is, by bunkers left and right, and those bunkers come in exactly where you're trying to hit your tee shot.
She's got this one started up the right side. And no issues there. Good tee shot in the short grass.
Now, the approach shot here at the 5th hole at Chambers Bay, and how difficult is this?
Well, it looks straightforward, but the second shot, once again, just semi-blind. You've got to be very aware of that little central bunker that's just short of the green, because you're either going to have to go over it or around it. A little long, as we can see, and a little to the right, but it's still makeable if you hit a good one.
Yes, a good roll there. That's in for birdie.
Getting set to hit the tee shot here at the 6th at Chambers Bay. Frank, where are you looking to land the ball off the tee here?
There's a nice dune down that left side that sort of gives you a good line that you can work the ball off here. But remember, this is a links golf course, so you don't try and fight Mother Nature because she'll always win. So just anything down the left, let that ball sort of kick its way back towards the middle of the fairway. A lengthy par 4, though, at 495.
Oh, and that just did not want to settle. It'll wind up rolling off the fairway and into the heavy stuff. It'll take some effort from this buried lie, but a chance now to still reach this green in 2.
Oh, that was a good strike. Took it straight at it too. That one bounce and check. Well played.
So now eyeing this one for birdie. Nope, that's too straight. Needed to play that outside the hole or right edge. That's a tough break. Okay, that one finished off for a par. And she's going to hold on here at even par. Frank, this is a daunting challenge. The 7th hole, long par 4. It's over 500 yards.
A huge bunker down the right side that probably runs for a good 200-300 yards. Obviously, that's to be avoided. And then, of course, there's the mounds and the hummocks and the dunes and that on the left side. That's the reason, really, why this hole's called Humpback. But then, a little bit like the golf course, there's only one greenside bunker to be worried about, but enough.
That is poetry in motion right there. What a golf swing, and a big drive as well. Second shot coming up. Let's bring in Iona Stephen.
Yeah, she's left herself 133 yards to go, and that pin, well, it's back left today.
That's a really solid shot. Smack bang into the middle of the green. She should be happy.
Gonna have to take pretty much a full swing at this one with the putter because this one is into the hill and the hole is cut back. Yeah, that's a nice putt. Getting it there up the hill was half the battle. This got there just a little wide of the mark. Yep, well done. That's in for par here at 7. And she'll remain at even par. Now to the 8th and a long par 5, Frank.
Fortunately, there's no bunkers, just the dunes either side. The hole looks a little narrow off the tee, but get down there, you're going to realise that's a fairly generous fairway. There's a little bit of mounding in this green, too, that actually slopes it back towards the player. So use that to your advantage.
Oh, this is tugged way left. Oh, and that one nosedives right into the thick stuff. That could be problematic to say the least. And I don't think we're going to need a rules official for this one. That ball is pretty clearly out of bounds.
Frank, the approach shot here at the 8th, and what's a player looking at?
You've got no bunkers really to worry about, but obviously a lot of undulation. You can see there that if you use the contours, that ball's going to kick around a little bit. Relatively narrow, but this is not a problem. You can go in here low or high.
That is an excellent lag putt right there. Had the speed perfectly. Okay, not taking advantage of that par 5. It's in for a double bogey 7. And she'll fall now to 2 over par. Really good mix of holes here at Chambers Bay, and Frank, we finished this front side with a par 3 after just having come off that long par 5.
And it's a beauty too. The tee is some 100 feet up in the air, so you get a great view of this magnificent golf course, and you realize why it's called a true links. This green here, though, it looks rather daunting, well bunkered on the right side, but you can see enough of it. And once again, links, use the bounce, and you can still kick one in there close.
Okay, safely aboard. Now this for birdie.
Ball coming downhill from the top side of the hole, but shouldn't be that much break in it.
Yeah, good concentration there. That's a distance where a putt could get away, but that, in for a par. Final look at the opening round leaderboard. It shows our featured golfer just 2 back at day's end.
Makes that second round even more important, Rich. Don't want to get too
EA Sports and the International Federation of PGA Tours are proud to present a World Golf Championship. Today from Chambers Bay in Washington, live second round coverage of the EA Sports Championship. Things starting to slowly take shape here on this Friday. For some, it is a race for the top prize. For others, it's a fight to stick around for the weekend as we show you the leaderboard. We've currently got a tie at the top at 5 under par. So let's get out to the course as we pick up the action starting at the par 4 11. And that, a well-placed bunker. It'll collect plenty of shots just like that one as this indeed rolls into the sand.
Not the best shot we've seen today, but when you consider that was set out of the fairway bunker, it certainly gets a pass grade.
We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
Yeah, and the break here from right to left is the main consideration. It's fairly flat overall. You've got to consider the line.
Oh, no. Just appeared to be befuddled by the break there. So that brushed in for par here at 11. And she's going to hold on at 5 under. The 12th here at Chambers Bay is known as the Narrows. What's the play here, Frank?
Two, really. You could just sort of iron it down there, have a little wedge or a pitch in there with no sweat whatsoever. Or, if you want to have a little bit of fun, if you can drive it over that bunker that's just short left of this green, you might just putt for an eagle.
Oh, not holding back. This is a big swing.
Well, that drive was enormous. I know it's in the rough, but that is long. Just hit it way too hard, and you don't get enough spin on the ball, it is going to fly out of that line.
It is always so hard to judge the flight coming out of that kind of line. That one safely in. It's a par here at 12. And this will stay a one-shot lead. Now at the 13th hole here at Chambers Bay, and Frank, this one bends to the right, par 4.
It doesn't mean that you have to cut it or move the ball in that direction. Ideally, really, anything down the left side of the fairway would be well suited for this hole. There is a central bunker that sort of protects the front middle of this green. You can go in left of that or right of that, but this is a beefy par 4. 4 on the card, and you are not losing ground. Too strong for this hole, eh? Ran out of fairway and into the rough. Big hit, though.
This one's looking good.
Well, I was wrong again. Number one, I didn't think they could reach the green, let alone get it close, too. Just hammered it out of that rough. Such a long way to go, too.
Confidently done there. That's in for birdie here at 13. And she'll get a stroke back. Frank, this is the 5th par 4 in a row, and they're not easy. This one here at 14, really a daunting tee shot.
It is. That's why it's called Cape Fair. A true Cape hole in golf, Rich, is when you've got to decide how much you want to bite off when you hit across a slight dogleg. And this one, really, you're going to be rewarded the further left you can go. There is one little bunker in the middle of the fairway that you have to avoid. That's going to be 320 or so yards off the tee. This hole, 546 yards, you're going to see a variety of second shots, or the length of second shots here, determined purely by the bravery of the tee shot.
And now, problems there for our leader. That ball into the very thick stuff here off the tee.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Now this for another birdie. Another rolled in there. Birdie's now at 13 and 14. And with it, she'll get a stroke back. So an action-packed first 2 rounds and a packed leaderboard as well, with our featured golfer in a share of the lead after day 2.
So we can't separate them at this stage, but somebody
EA Sports and the International Federation of PGA Tours are proud to present a World Golf Championship. Today from the Pacific Northwest and Chambers Bay Golf Course, live third round coverage of the EA Sports Championship. Well, if yesterday was any indication, we should be in for a memorable weekend of golf here as we take in the leaderboard on this Saturday. We've got a tie at the top at 6 under par. We'll get right out to the action here as we head to the tee at right side. Oh, that was a beautiful golf swing right there. Everything working in harmony and a great result in the fairway. All right, Frank, how would you break down this approach shot here at the first at Chambers Bay?
Well, Rich, it's partially blind, so you've really got to fixate on the exact point that you want to aim at. That's one of the beauties of this golf course. So maybe even just have a little look and make sure you know that line, because once that ball hits the ground, the natural contours are going to take it in a certain direction. So really fixate on that line. That's a bit of a head turner, really. That was a green light situation from that distance, and far from the best shot I've seen today.
Okay, that's in for par here at the first. And her score is going to stay right where it is. Now to the second hole here at Chambers Bay. And Frank, it is not overly long. Where's the trouble here?
Well, 281 yards really to the big long bunker that goes all the way to the green. So as long as you can avoid that, you don't have to hit driver down here, just something that's going to be a little short of that. You're still only going to have 100 yards really, or just over 100 yards in for your second shot. A really good chance too to get off to a good start.
All right, in the fairway. Frank, what do you think about this approach shot here at the second at Chambers Bay?
If you've driven it down the right side, you have a much better view of this green, better access to the flag when it's on the back left. You really want to just avoid that little bunker that cuts in on the right side. And there's a little sort of gut on that left side of the green, where it sort of collects the ball. Now it's a decent-sized green. It's not bad, just a little past the hole.
12 feet still to go. Nope. That finished off for par here at the second. And her score's going to stay right where it is. At the third tee now, Frank, and what are we staring at here?
This green is anything other than symmetrical, so be very, very cautious on where the flag is. Anything in the middle of the green you can putt to the corners. Well, if you can call them corners. More like ragtails, but beautiful par 3.
That one going to wind up smack dab in the middle of the green. No gimme here. Tricky one for birdie. Nah, missed it left. That's a letdown. So you can see, definitely not a gimme there. So that safely in. It's a par here at the third. And her score is going to stay right where it is. Frank, here on the fourth tee, you get a good look, don't you, at what Chambers Bay really is all about.
It's framed beautifully, Rich, by the bunkers there, left, short, off the tee, plus the ones down the right side. You can see everything in front of you, but the hole does bend to the right. This is another one where you've got a generous fairway, but don't be fooled by that. It's fairway first.
Tough par 4 measuring 495 yards. This one starting a little left off the tee. Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
Now she's looking at 159 yards to the hole. The pin is in the front right part of the green.
Good shot. Safely on the green and a birdie chance.
Okay, that one finished off. It's a par here at 4. And her score's going to stay right where it is. Frank, it's kind of fun to swing away on an elevated tee like this, the 5th here at Chambers Bay.
It looks straight away. It certainly does. And under 500 yards, so it gives you a chance, plus that elevation. You should be able to knock one down there. The whole pinches in, though, with those bunkers left and right. And there's just one bunker in the front of this green. And that, as you can guess, should be avoided.
Be careful. They call this hole free fall. And now our co-leader with problems here off the tee. That ball going to settle down into the thick stuff. So even from the thick stuff, a chance still to possibly reach this green in regulation.
Well, a decision had to be made there. It was perhaps even a layup, but all in all, that's a tremendous shot just to get the ball on the green from there.
Are you kidding me?
That looked like it was in.
That one finished off. It is a par here at 5. And her score is going to stay right where it is. Frank, now at the 6th, this appears to be a testing par 4 long one.
It is, but once again, a generous fairway. Just use those mounds down the left as an indicator on your line. Hole bends a little bit to the right. Good tee shot, though, and everything is in front of you. It might be in the rough, but that was absolutely crushed.
About 120 yards to the hole.
It was a good shot coming in here. I know it's a little long, but still inside that 10-foot circle is always good and even money, really, to make birdie.
A good opportunity lost there. Safely in for par here at the 6th, and she'll remain 2 shots off the pace. All right, a bit of a struggle here on this Saturday for our featured golfer, and now, Frank, work to do in tomorrow's final round.
A lot of work. There was a huge step in the wrong direction.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour so proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From Chambers Bay Golf Course just outside Tacoma, Washington, it's the final round of the EA Sports Championship. What a week and weekend this has been so far. Everything you want in a golf tournament. By nightfall, we will have our winner. As you take a look at the current leaderboard on this Sunday afternoon, the leader is the most recent gold medalist, Xander Schauffele. He's at 9 under. Let's head out to the course and pick things up at the par 3 15. And that's going to wind up in the back portion of the green, so maybe one club too many there. This one computed at an even 60 feet here for birdie. Well, that's all you want right there. Just lag it down, don't get too crazy, and now just to tap in left. Okay, a solid par here at the 15th, and she's going to stay at 6 under par. Now to the par 4, 423 yards, 16th hole. What's the right play, Frank?
Fairway first. Once again, you'll see the slope of the fairway from the left to the right side. It means move your aim down that left side. It'll make this fairway appear that much bigger. And of course, then when you hit into this green, you're really going to have to flight that second shot properly. This is like a tabletop green.
Ooh, some big drives today. That might be the biggest of the bunch. So after the big drive, this, a short approach to the par 4. Okay, on the green, but it's going to leave a putt that will get your attention. This is an 11-foot putt. Not quite on line, and that'll drift a couple feet by. Okay, that'll be a par here at 16. And her score's going to stay right where it is. Just 2 holes left to play. Now a par 3, the 17th, 218 yards, and all sorts of trouble, Frank, down that right.
Well, if you weren't beached at the 16th, then there's a chance you can be derailed, which is what this hole's called, at 17. Difficult par 3. You can see the bunker there in front, and once again, wind conditions. This is going to probably require one of the best tee shots, especially in the closing stages of the US Open.
All right, you don't have to catch it on the middle of the face every time. That's on the middle of the dance floor, and a birdie putt coming up. Oh, finishing strong. That's in for birdie here at 17. And she'll get it to 7 under. Now to the 18th hole. Frank, everyone wants to finish in style.
Yeah, the home hole here, once again you head back to just a wonderful view, and you realise that Chambers Bay was designed as a walking golf course, and it was designed to have fun and test every department of your game. 18 will do that. It probably gives you more trouble on both sides of the hole than any other hole on the golf course.
And that will do just fine. That one had to feel good.
Yeah, it struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Oh, yeah, it's a birdie eagle finish here at 17 and 18. And that's going to make this a final round, 66. So, Frank, not quite enough to get the job done in the end, but I think you'd agree titles are nice, but if you can rack up top 5 finishes, you're going to do just fine.
Especially when you have a strong field like we saw today. So I think top 5 certainly gives yourself a pat on the back.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, from the Ocean Course at Kiowa Island, we bring you first-round coverage of the Carolina Open. We've got a full field ready to get rolling on this Thursday as we get a look at the early leaderboard. We've got a tie at the top at 3 under par. The 13th is a tough one, no two ways about it. Par 4 at 497 yards. That lagoon that came into play near the green on 12, well, it's now a canal that borders the entire length of this 13th. The left side, no bargain either, with 4 deep pot bunkers greeting those who play a little too conservatively.
So out to the action we go as we catch up with our golfer on the tee at the par 4 13th. Second shot straight ahead, and we go to Iona Stephen.
Yes, 135 yards left to the flag. Pin in the back right portion of this green.
That's a good shot, and more importantly too, a green in regulation, so birdie chance.
18-footer. Nope, that's going to slide by on the high side. Played just a little too much break there. Okay, safely in for par here at 13. And she's going to stay at -3. Par 3 14th here at the Ocean Course. Just gorgeous, but it is treacherous. You're exposed to the wind up there on the green, and you might